I had not lost a race that season. No matter how many races you've won, you always have something to learn. There was nobody else on the track. I was focused solely on her. The gun went off, and I think I just sort of forgot how to race. No, that's not how I was going to say it. All right, I'll tell you a story about my favorite race and then the race leading up to my favorite race. So 2 races. When I was in 10th grade, 11th grade, I was in high school and getting ready for the Ontario High School Championship race, which is one of the biggest meets in Canada. We had to run the regional meet the week before. I was racing the 800 against a girl who was a very good 800 runner. I had been undefeated all season, hadn't lost a race yet, and I was pretty confident. For the regional meet, we both took off. After the first 400, she pulled away from me. I think in my head, I just thought, I can get her at the end. With 200 to go, I realized that I wasn't going to catch her. I let her get too far ahead of me. I sort of fell asleep. I couldn't catch her. And she beat me. She beat me by a couple seconds, and I was really devastated. It was the first race I had lost the entire season, and I knew I could beat her, but I just had fallen asleep. And the following week, we went to the OFSA meet, the Ontario Championships, and I ran against her again. We had prelims in the morning. I made it through prelims. I think I was the top qualifier coming back, and I believe she was the second fastest. The finals were in the afternoon, and I warmed up and I felt awful. My legs were heavy, I felt terrible, but I just kept saying, don't fall asleep in the race, don't fall asleep, don't fall asleep, don't let her go. Up to the line. I'm going to fire the gun. So the gun goes off and she takes off, and I tuck in behind her and just kept saying, just, stay with her, don't fall asleep, don't fall asleep. We went through the first 400 in 63, which was probably the fastest either of us had ever gone through the first 400 in. So we were flying. And I just kept staying behind her saying, don't fall asleep, don't fall asleep. With about 200 to go, I remember hearing the announcer saying that, they're coming through really fast. They're going to have a fast time. That's a fast 600 split. With 150 to go and then 120 to go, I all of a sudden kind of ran up on her heels. I didn't even recognize that there were other athletes out there. And it kind of woke me up, and I thought, what am I doing? I need to get around her. I need to go. It's time to go. And I went around her and ran like a crazy person, thinking, oh my gosh, she's going to catch me. It was the fastest time of my career. But I was so proud of myself afterwards. Not just about the time, but figuring out what I had to do to learn how to race again. I didn't fall asleep. I didn't fall asleep. It was a big lesson for me. No matter how successful you are, no matter how many hours you've trained, you've never fully mastered your sport. Whether it's a physical lesson or a mental lesson or an emotional lesson, it's part of the thrill of sports is that you're constantly learning. That race was like a light bulb moment for me. It really helped me to move from being just a kid who loved to run to someone who really wanted to dive deeper. And I try to pass that on to the girls that I coach, that no matter how successful they are, they're constantly learning and developing as they're out there, and they can continue to grow and grow as an athlete in the sport.
Nice. You got the team behind you. Everyone is supporting you, right? They carry you.
At the time, I didn't realize how much of an impact that would have on my perspective on how I would train and how I would compete as an athlete down the road. It showed me how I could be more than just another runner on the track, but how I could learn so much more about the sport to become the runner that I really wanted to be.
Thank you, Danielle Yang.
Stop it.
Thank you.
It showed me the athlete that I could be. Cut! Print! Done! Kill it!